Hey, it's me, Carolyn, and I'm coming up on my third anniversary of having postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. Some people already know I have it. Others who may be watching my videos for the first time, and maybe you have it too. And so it's always good to hear somebody's stories because a lot of times us patients with dysautonomia can feel very isolated and without support or understanding. So I figured I've seen everyone else's videos and I enjoy watching what everybody else has about POTS and their personal stories because it can give each other strength and encouragement. So I thought I would tell my story. So 3 years ago, before I got sick, I had a full-time job, 2 college degrees, a husband and a house, um, my son, who's a good kid. He's playing Xbox right now. But anyway, so I was working at the factory with my brother, and we worked second shift. And he got off work one night, and we stopped by the Red Box at the McDonald's parking lot so he could rent some movies. And as I was standing there, I got really dizzy and lightheaded, and thought, I don't feel well. I really need to sit down. So I started walking back to the car, and before I could reach out for the door, I fainted. And I woke up laying in the parking lot of McDonald's thinking, oh my gosh, what's happening? I got to get out of here. And I was really scared. So that was my first symptom ever, was just straight passing out. And then over the course of the summer, I got really sick. It's hard to explain it. It's like the flu all the time and be nauseous, so tired and fatigued. And those aren't just words. I see a lot of that on POTS videos that'll say these are the symptoms. There's nausea and dizziness and fatigue, but they are absolutely disabling. When you have nausea and you can't even move, all you can do is just lay there and vomit repeatedly. Or you're so tired you can't stay awake. It really affects your life. They're not just little symptoms. They're life-altering symptoms. So this was happening to me, and I lost a lot of weight without trying to, which, there are some perks to having POTS. I'm not going to lie. It was kind of nice to be a little thinner. But then I lost my ability to work because I was too sick every minute of the day. So I lost my job. And I continued to get sicker, and of course I was being misdiagnosed at my local doctor. I so then sought out some help from the university of my state hospital. Wasn't getting answers there either. And as most people with POTS know, you've probably went undiagnosed or misdiagnosed for years. Sometimes I've heard people went 10 years. For me, it was under 2, about a year and a half before I finally got a diagnosis, but it took going to Mayo Clinic in Rochester, where the best doctors um, in the world, in my opinion, are. So we went through the right tests, and we found out that I had this postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. And when she said it to me, she said, well, what you have is a standing intolerance. And I said, standing intolerance? It didn't make sense. It's like, I'm allergic to standing. But then, all the symptoms fit in place and it made sense to me. And so in a way, I was like really relieved that I knew, well, this is my problem. This is what it is. It has a name, and I have doctors telling me about it. But it was also, I started to go through a grieving process because it was a loss of who I had ever been, um, because my life would be completely limited from then on. There is no cure for POTS. It's only manageable, but you can be comfortable to the best of your ability. And that's something I want to talk about too. I watch a lot of POTS videos, and a lot of them come off sympathetic or like you're a victim. And you should look at it as like you're a soldier and you're a trooper. And if you're going to get better, or if you're going to live the best quality of life that you can, it's because you have to do it for yourself. Since POTS is a rare and incurable disease, most doctors don't know about it. They have to do the research just like us patients do. And so that's one step you can do if you happen to know a specialist, which I'm going to see one at the university in the next few months. But I work with a general internal medicine doctor, and she does a lot of research just like I do, and we watch for any of the latest information coming out of Johns Hopkins University or Mayo Clinic. And then we just try different experiments. I have a lot of pain too. If you're someone with POTS or dysautonomia, you know how terrible the pain can be, because there's also other illnesses that go along with POTS. For some reason, they seem very connected. A lot of people have more than one. I personally have the POTS. I have a herniated cervical disc. So I have cervical disc disease, which is pinching on nerves causing spinal stenosis. And I also have a Chiari malformation. So if you're like hearing these words and you're like, yeah, me too. So it does seem that if you have a Chiari, you also have POTS, or you'll also have the cervical disc disease. These are all things that are all messed up in your neck and spinal cord and column and cerebellums, and things get squished. And so there's surgeries that can be done for all of those. There's disc fusion, there's disc replacement, and I've said no to both of them because I just think it would be setting myself up for future surgery. Some people will have neck surgery and say it was the best decision they ever made and they don't have pain anymore. For now, I'm managing the pain with a narcotic pain prescription pill that also happens to boost my energy level. So it's very important you have POTS. I battle fatigue terribly, and I hate to take naps. Like, I will make myself rest when I feel I've got to rest, but if I can prevent sleeping, I will, especially during the day. So another thing I do is I drink vitamin waters, the yellow ones, the go-go ones, the power ones, the dry ones, all that have the energy. Those are the best for you if you're going to look for an energy drink. I also drink NOS, which isn't so healthy, but it gets the job done, and Venom. Let me see. I take supplements, magnesium, B vitamin complex that's also supposed to promote energy and a healthy nervous system. I think there's a lot of natural things that patients, not just with our disease, but other chronically ill ailments, can turn to something natural instead of so many pharmaceuticals. Because especially when you have a rare incurable disease, there is actually no USDA approved medication for POTS or for Chiari or for herniated neck disc either, for that matter. So you just have to work with your doctor. Hopefully they'll do the research, work with you. I also have a cardiologist too, and he has another person who has POTS, and they live like maybe 40 miles away. So we don't know each other or anything, but so that's really how rare it is. And that's in like my whole fourth of the state. I know 2 other women that have POTS. I don't even know them personally. I just know that they have POTS from hearsay. Well, let me see if there's anything else I can mention. Oh yeah, I was also going to say that because I got sick, then I lost my ability to work, so I couldn't pay my rent anymore, and so then I had to move out, and I was actually, my husband left me because I couldn't provide for myself anymore. Yeah, so I went through a lot of losses, and the illness was just one thing. And the thing about it is everybody faces really tough things in life, whether it's an illness or a divorce or being unemployed. You know, everybody faces a hard life every day. It's rough for everybody, especially when you're sick and if you feel isolated. But my only suggestion is just to laugh at yourself when you can't remember the right word because you're having brain fog. Laugh at yourself just for anything. Laugh. Everything can be a joke. To me, life is funny. I get brought down, but I don't stay there. And that's really important in recovery, and it's really important for everybody in life, whether you're a patient of anything or not. Stay happy, be happy, create happiness for other people, and push yourself. Use the medicines that work for you, and tell your doctors you don't want to take the ones that don't. Try energy drinks, try some Pilates, I recommend that too, and be your biggest motivator and supporter, and just tell yourself to get up out of bed. And even if you're not doing anything too major, do something. Because it's all on us. Nobody's going to do it for us. Hang in there. Be a trooper. Bye.